I'm Brian, and that's Jeremy, and every week on PSVR,
This week,
we take a look at the new VR games that are coming to the PlayStation Store this week.
we gather up all the videos we could find, all the descriptions we can plagiarize, and we condense them down into the short video for you.
Sometimes we look at delayed games, updates, DLC, or new game announcements.
So without further ado, here's PSVR This Week.
Violent content. Parental discretion is advised.
Inspired by God mode action movies like John Wick and Equilibrium, Pistol Whip throws you gun first into an explosive batch of handcrafted action scenes, each set to their own breakneck soundtrack. But unlike traditional music games, Pistol Whip has no line in the sand. You have complete freedom to shoot, melee, and dodge targets to the rhythm you see fit. The PlayStation VR version will launch with the first 5 pieces of DLC included from day one, which covers the High Priestess, Akuma, Full Throttle, Dark Skies, and Religion. But there's even more DLC coming down the pipeline after launch, so it's likely that Pistol Whip will stay in heavy rotation for a long time to come.
Giving engines full power!
Think you can escape?
This is gonna be close!
We're almost 2 months away from the launch of Star Wars Squadrons, but a few lucky outlets already got their hands on the non-VR version recently, and the early impressions are really positive. But even better, it means we learned a lot about some of the gameplay elements. According to YouTube channel Jack Frags, at any point you can divert power to any of 3 different systems: engines, weapons, or shields. And it sounds like the ability to manage these systems in the heat of battle will be hugely advantageous. As far as modes go, the prologue of the single-player campaign alone will take an hour to get through, and takes place after Return of the Jedi. Dogfight mode is essentially team deathmatch, but it's the fleet battles that are the core of Squadron's experience. Jack Frags describes this 5v5 mode as a grand-scale tug-of-war, playable in co-op or PvP, where you defend your own fleet ship while attempting to take down the opposing teams. You can only progress in the battle by taking down AI-controlled gunships, which will in turn boost your morale meter. Your morale meter is the only thing that lets you progress to the next phase of the battle, one step closer to the enemy's fleet ship. But if the enemy manages to get enough morale, you might have to retreat back one phase to defend your own ships. And back and forth it goes. The more we learn about Squadrons, the more intriguing it becomes, so it goes without saying that October can't get here soon enough.
Sensors can't spot you.
Or brutal bombardment.
That ship is vulnerable. Take your shot.
We need to hurry.
A unified squadron is the key to victory.
Making my attack run now. Let's make this count.
In what seems like a weekly update for Ven VR Adventure, developers MONOLOGIC Games showed off the first footage of the new harbor level, and the series of new animations for Ben himself. The environments look great and the soundtrack has an epic adventure feel, but I can't help but wonder if they're actually showing us too much of the game at this point. Hopefully, there will be a whole lot more than they're showing us. Humanoid killer robots are threatening the world, but you have a secret weapon, the ability to temporarily stop time. Use your precious seconds of frozen time to get yourself out of dangerous situations and defeat the robots. To survive each level, you'll need creativity and ingenuity. Use your time in God mode to move objects, push enemies off the train, initiate chain reactions, trigger explosive devices, and avoid rushing cars and crashing planes. Do whatever it takes to save yourself, rescue the hostages, and stop these menacing beasts. Developers One HAMSA described RACKET NX as racquetball meets Breakout inside a giant pinball machine, and recently when announcing details for a huge update of their game that'll include co-op mode, avatar customization, custom modes, monthly challenges, and a tournament mode, they also mentioned that RACKET NX will be coming soon to, quote, another VR platform, end quote. And since PSVR is the only major headset without RACKET NX, it's a pretty safe bet that they're talking about us. In an all-new mysterious universe built by INNERSPACE VR, the developers of A Fisherman's Tale, you play as a maskmaker's apprentice. Along the way, you'll learn the magic of crafting masks to immerse yourself in the intriguing, enigmatic beings within the game. From mask to mask and puzzle to puzzle, explore your way through the mask realm to seek the mysterious ruler of the land, and ultimately unravel the secret of his identity.
I see you, apprentice. Now it is time to show you how I see the world.
Thank you guys so much for tuning into another episode of PSVR
This week. We'll be back next week to keep you up to date on all the VR games coming to the PlayStation Store.
But keep in mind that no one outside of Sony really knows what games are coming when.
But we'll do our best to keep you up to date each and every week on PSVR This Week.